currently a part of the New Zealand Software Association. So with that in mind, I'd like to invite Igor up on the stage.
Thank you very much. I'd like to note that I am not very well versed in debating, and I am not a lawyer, but I am a software developer. And I'd like to acknowledge everyone here. I'd like to acknowledge Mitch's speech. I think it was excellent. I would like to state that Mitchell is confusing a few things. He's confusing licensing, innovation and property rights with patents. I'd like to state that patents are not indeed a property right. A patent is a monopoly granted by a government to an individual. And as we all know, that monopolies, especially those that are granted by a government and enforced by a government, are bad for business, they're bad for innovation, and they're generally there to stop others from participating in a certain idea, rather than promote any kind of innovation, whatever. A government-granted monopoly usually is bad news for consumer because it stops innovation, and it's ultimately damaging to the economy, and it's pretty well widely acknowledged and accepted by economists when it goes as far as any general monopoly concern, but somehow we still got patents, and specifically software patents. I am a member of the committee of the New Zealand Software Association, which is a group of businesses that develop software in New Zealand. And the view of the New Zealand Software Association is that software should not be considered a patentable invention. The view of the New Zealand Software Association and the member companies is that patents are indeed harmful to our industry. The clause 15 of the draft new patents bill, as was reported back from Government Select Committee, lists that a computer program is not a patentable invention, and we support New Zealand government in keeping that clause in the bill and passing that bill as is. There is no evidence in the software industry anywhere in the world of a software company succeeding by creating a patent. There is plenty of evidence of innovation being stopped by the patents. And that, by the way, includes companies like Microsoft and Apple. All their initial success has not been due to any patents, whatever. Their current attempts to hold their monopoly position by seeking government protection of their monopoly, in fact, is damaging to the industry, not helping with the innovation. When we look at the New Zealand-based software patents in particular, they are completely useless. If you are a business that is wanting to succeed on an international stage, if you're a software business that's wanting to succeed in the United States or in Asia, you are ought to apply for patents in the jurisdiction where those patents are in fact enforced. Applying for patent in New Zealand does not actually secure you any rights in the US or in Asia. Therefore, for New Zealand to not have patents is actually not to a disadvantage to New Zealand companies at all. In fact, it's to advantage. It's a big advantage to New Zealand companies. While there are some VCs that require that, sort of venture capitals that require New Zealand software companies to apply for patents, again, those patents are only valid in the markets where you want to make the biggest amount of impact. Now, while there's no evidence that patents promote innovation, the opposite is quite true. Patents do slow down innovation. And for example, for New Zealand software companies in particular, not having software patents in New Zealand means that a New Zealand software company has freedom to operate in New Zealand. They may not have freedom to operate in other countries, but at least your investment is protected here in New Zealand. Whatever you invent, you know you own, and no one can shut you down in your home country. Patents are generally expensive to obtain. It costs a lot of money to obtain patents, and are completely prohibitive to enforce. If you are a business that wants to succeed in software industry, enforcing a patent, you just will never have enough money to enforce a patent. So it's a huge barrier of entry for the software producing businesses. Completely unnecessary and completely stifles innovation. So in summary, I believe that patents are harmful to New Zealand software industry, and that's